Because I'm over here watching these tournament games, so I want to do two things at once. Have my eye on, I love, you know me, I love sports and competition. I don't give a fuck who wins. I just want to see some close buzzer beaters, you know? Hopefully see a couple niggas get dunked on. Couple niggas get their ankles broken, like in the Alabama game earlier. Niggas like, yeek yeek. Took homie ankles out. Time to shave. Anyway, welcome y'all. Welcome y'all. Hit the like button on the way in here. Yeah, time to shave. Hit the like button on the way in here. And make sure y'all go to intellectualpower.net. And that intellectual power, as a matter of fact, I didn't take mine in the morning. I took it later on in the day. Usually I take it when I get like I used to do it 3 times a day. But when you take it regularly, I swear by intellectual power. Like I really do. And that's like on some just what it does for me kind of shit, you know. Peace pads, that's for the ladies. I've had good reviews from the ladies who've gotten them so far from my channel. You know, I personally can't speak to that, but the women are down with it. And hit up my man Rizza Islam's event on reproductive health, May 3rd. But what's up, everybody up in here? What's up, Rashawn Green? What's up, Jay Jemison Human? Appreciate y'all all for joining. I want to have we about to have a talk right now. We about to have a talk because it's a lot going on. And it's a lot going on right now. And we got to talk about it. Like, with these gang sweeps, you know, Trump. And I think it's all tying in together, you know, because, you know, whether it be the big U gang sweep, that's just something that's been going on for a while. So it's not like Trump just or the DOJ's just decided out of nowhere to sweep up Big U or the Yella Beezy stuff. But I do find it, you know, I do look at the timing of it, you know. I do look at the timing of it. And, you know, Trump talking about sweeping up the Venezuelan gang members, and Trump's talking about kicking all of the foreign terrorists out. But he also said something a couple weeks ago about even American citizens being shipped out of the country if they're part of a terrorist organization. And you know, even though Trump didn't officially call any black gangs a terrorist organization, that can happen at any time, you know? And so it's a lot going on. And I'm going to start by saying, for one, I'm not against it. Like, I grew up, y'all know me, I'm born and raised in South Central LA, and I'm not against it because, you know, although I have some friends that are in that life, got some cousins and family members, at the end of the day, for whatever reason, people joined the gangs, whether it be because they had a messed up upbringing or they just wanted to get at girls. Either way it goes, it's a fucking terrorist organization. I'm with you, human. We need them police gangs too. And here in LA, they've gotten a few of them police gangs in the sheriff department. A few people went to jail. Well, that happened quietly. A few people in the LA County Sheriff Department went to jail quietly. So I'm with it. Of course they act like there's no white gangs pressure you. That's the game. Plenty of white gangs. You know? But as black people, we got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. You know? We got to know when to hold them and when to fold them when it comes to speaking up for, or who to speak up for. You participated in gang life. You terrorized other black people. I'm all for people snitching you out. I did my show the other day on Charleston White. I just found it a little bit rich because the way he talks about black society, being someone that was a part of somebody that shot a security guard that was walking away. I thought that I don't give a damn how old you are. You're a part of something that shoot and kill somebody when they walking away. You's a coward, you know. But at the end of the day, I do agree with Charleston White, and when it comes to the snitching, lock all these niggas up. Lock all these niggas up. I believe in protecting black people, not niggas that terrorize black people. You know. So, but I digress. Let's stick to it. Let me tell y'all what's going on, and then we'll go further into it. For those you don't know, along with Big U being arrested, there were other gang members that were alleged gang members that were swept up, and I was listening to Wack 100 speak, and Wack was saying that one of the dudes, a couple of the people that got swept up were actually part of Big U's football organization, not gang related. And I can see that. I can see that being true. So hopefully the people who were, if Big U put anybody that's not in the gang in this whole predicament, hopefully my prayer is that their names are cleared. And even if they're in the gang but didn't do anything that's in that paperwork, I hope their names are cleared. I'm not here for anybody innocent to go to jail, you know? Me personally, I like watching loose videos. That nigga's funny as hell to me. He'll be on YouTube. I think half was a whole bunch of fluff and pluff anyway. You know, I don't think, you know, he's a talented musician, but if he did do what he's implicated as, lock him up. You know? Lock him up. But go a little deeper into it. Somebody said you would take the police side because a group of brothers, they call themselves in a gang. The police didn't call them a gang. If you say cuz every other fucking word, then you're in a gang. You dusty ass nigga. No one listens when we really need to pull the black card out. Yeah. Thank you, Rashawn. These cats label themselves. I'm from such and such gang. I say cuz or blood every word. I'm probably in a gang. What's up, Delano L? My nigga Delano L usually come in like right when I'm getting off, right when I'm logging off. Good to see you at the beginning of a show, my brother. Oh, you said my internet messing up? Let me come back over here closer to where my Wi-Fi is. Let me come over here. How about now? How's my internet now? How's my internet now? What's up, American Negro News? Yeah, shouts out to Lord Jamar. That was good. I had a good time on the God Pie yesterday. I had a good time. Okay, we better now? What's up, Nia Mohammed? Deli Dell, we better? Elizabeth D, we better? All right, cool. Ramal, we better? We good? Are we good? Well, yeah, we had somebody in here earlier talking something. You would believe the police when they talking about a black man's in the gang. Yes, nigga. You'll never hear me here to say the words bloods or cuz as a descriptive term or as a term for anybody, because that's not my lifestyle. And personally, I've always had a lot of respect for people in gangs. They never treated me like any kind of bad way. I don't have really almost any bad experiences with gangs in LA. I have almost none. You know? So I'm not here to paint a broad brush. But if you participated, may you go down. Yes, I'm with the police. I pay taxes. I love the police. I'm a fucking nerd-ass square. That's who I am. I'm a square-ass nerd. Yeah, I agree. I'm on the police side. Yes, you come fucking around with the peace and civility of my neighborhood, get the fuck out of here. But for those you don't know, let's going back to what's been going on. There was a sweep not only of Big U, but of a lot of 60s Crips. Also, yesterday, while I was on live with Lord Jamar, I was getting text messages from people down in the Murray Park, and it was a repass at the Regency West. Um, it was a repass at the Regency West, over there on in the Murray Park, and that was formerly the Comedy Act Theater, where Robin Harris got his start. Your whole Def Comedy Jam, all that stuff, In Living Color, all that stuff got recruited out of the Regency West, aka the Comedy Act Theater. There was a repass there yesterday, and it was, I guess it was a repass for somebody from, appreciate the super chat, Jay Smooth. There was a repass yesterday, and I heard like over 100 cop cars showed up, and they swept up a lot of the people in the 40s. I'm like, I don't know who they swept up. I don't know the particulars. I just got a bunch of calls saying, hey, Dewan, we in the Murray Park right now, and it's like 50, 100, you know how niggas say 100 cars, so that probably mean 40. When niggas say 100, that probably means 30 or 40. But they said it was it was about 100 cars. They swept up a lot of people in the 40s. I heard from people in Dallas. And salute to everybody out there. Y'all be sending me information on what's going on in your town. Thank you. I got some messages from people in Dallas. Said that a whole bunch of Dallas gang members are getting swept up yesterday. I was like, damn. That's what they also got. They got that Yella Beezy rapper dude. Yeah. So that's what's going on. And my question is, okay, is this part of what Trump been talking about? Because Trump been talking about the foreign gangs, but they getting them domestic gangs. Yeah, at a repass, human. They are not playing. Get your shit in order, black folks. Some G Mars, but yeah. Yeah, I got somebody here earlier talking about some. Yeah, Caledonia, I appreciate Dallas. That's my second home. I love Dallas. That's where my grandmother was born. So, and my grandmother means the world to me. So, and I spent a lot of time in Dallas. I love Dallas. I got to get back. I ain't been to Dallas since 2023. I got to get back. But we gotta, all of that black folks talking about something. Oh man, you snitching, man. I'm never with the police. Shit. Man, the police ain't all bad now. God damn it. No, they not. Because I look at the day-to-day people. You know, I'm for the people. I'm for black people, but I'm for the people, man. I love the people. I don't like any oppressive system. I don't like oppressive government. I don't like oppressive police. I don't like people who get rich and decide to be or use their money to be oppressive and bully people with their money. I don't like oppressive gang members, people who step outside the boundaries of gang, like the people who bang and they keep they banging within banging bounds. I'm cool with them, but I'm not cool with people who mess with civilians. If your gang banging is against other gang bangers, if you doing shit to other gang members, that's fine. That's not my business. But when you come to black businesses and you shake black businesses down, I'm not down with that. Fela speaks, you got to be smarter than that. Who's putting the police on a pedestal? Since when does telling the truth mean putting somebody on a pedestal? The police are there for a reason. I'm not putting them on a pedestal. I'm putting them exactly where they are. The slave catcher conversation could be another conversation. See, again, black people, we got to be smart enough to know when to use blackness. Nobody listens to you when everything is black. No, there are definitely a lot of good police. The majority of police officers are good. some are bad. And those some do a lot of bad things. And the ones who start off good oftentimes turn bad because of what they deal with. But I have a book that I read in college called Danger, Duty, and Disillusion by Joan C. Barker. She was my cultural anthropology professor at Santa Monica College. It's a book called Danger, Duty, and Disillusion. And they'll tell you it was a 20-year study on the LAPD. And I forgot the exact numbers, but it was something like less than 10% of police officers fired their gun. And like out of the 10% that fired their gun, 90% of those, like it was like 2% of those, like it was like 2 or 3% of the police fired their guns more than once. And these niggas, so you literally can draw down to where the terrorist police are. And the police know which officers are terrorists and which ones aren't. They know. And they have them out there for a reason. Anybody that's been part of this channel has done more of a forensic analysis on the LA County PD, LAPD, and the LA County Sheriff Department than any other. Go back and check me out. I'm not stupid, so I'm not gonna be focusing on the police every day because I gotta live in the city. I ain't trying to have them harass me. Fuck you niggas if you want me to be harassed so you niggas can get some information porn. Fuck you if that's how you feel. I'm not here for information porn. I put it out there and move on. Because the police are very dangerous. But I'm the one that did a whole fucking breakdown of the what happened with around the Nipsey Hussle murder, and the suspected police involvement. Look it up on this very fucking channel. I'm the one that did a breakdown of all of the 30 gangs within the Los Angeles County Sheriff Department on this channel. And I broke down the Vikings and all the different white supremacist gangs and the Asian gangs and the Latino gangs in the LA County Sheriff Department. I did all that shit. So don't come talking to me about, you can't tell me about the police, nigga. I know more than you do. I'm the one that did a whole breakdown on how, when I broke down slavery in America, how it was so many free black people in the North, and there was a slave catchers in the North that were capturing black people. The slave catchers that ended up becoming sheriffs, they were the ones going around capturing free black people and selling them off into slavery to slave brokers. I gave you niggas all that. I broke down Rampart. I broke down OJ. I broke all that shit down. So again, out of respect for me, don't come talking to me about siding with the police. But just because you got those police gangs don't mean the police are always wrong. We need to be smart, black people. We can't get the gangs out. I live in a city where if I fired my gun and if someone next to me had a damaged ear, even if I was justified in firing my gun, I'm gonna owe this motherfucker's I'm gonna have to pay this nigga's medical bills the rest of my life. If gunpowder got in somebody's eyes, that's how California law is. Even if you have a gun, they make it damn near illegal for you to use it. So I can't sweep the gangs. So hell yeah, police come on in here, get these niggas. I can't, nor do I want to. Nor do I want to. I live and let live. And plus, no gang members ever personally did anything to me. But if they harming my neighbor is me. I'm calling the police. Period. Niggas coming to me with this fantasy, nah, man. Man, we can't be down with the police, man. The police are all gonna be there. Man, the police. Man, shit. Like water, nigga. Water can nourish you, it can drown you. Fire can burn or it can cook. Everything is just what it is. And nothing's all this way or that way. You got to be intelligent enough to decipher what is doing what. And be able to know the difference between good, bad, and indifferent, and context and situations. And if you're not on that level, that's cool. Just sit back and listen. I'm not judging you if you aren't. No. Just sit back and listen. But if you speak and say something stupid, I'm going to talk about how stupid you sound. And that's not to anybody in particular. That's just to anybody listening who might get some itchy fingers in the next few seconds and think they're going to say something to me. That's for you. You got to know the difference. It's some people who in gangs because that's just a situation they was put in. But I know some of the most ethical people I know have been that they did some things when they was young. But some of the most ethical people I know, some people that work on my buildings, former gang members. So I'm not here to judge, you know. People change, people grow. But in this situation, I actually know people who've gotten shaken down by these guys. Have y'all seen that video of Big U floating around where he's talking about if you're gonna film in the city, check in? Y'all, yeah, press number 1 if you've seen that video where Big U's talking about people who are filming, they're gonna have to check in. Press number 1 if you've seen that video. Well, I actually know after I said that story yesterday on my live, or 2 days ago on my live, or yesterday, whenever that was, I said that, I had like 3 more people hit me up and tell me that happened to them too. I thought I only knew one person that happened to. After I did my live, I had like 3 or 4 people I know like personally hit me up like, nah, nigga, that shit happened to me in 40's hood. No, that shit happened to me in all different hoods. I can see before, it's not just Big U. It's not just him. Big U represents an archetype. And I want y'all to see it that way. It's an archetype. It's not just about him. It's about the kind of black man he represents. And these people going down. It's not about, it's about the kind of black person that they represent. You need to take a step back and see it on a bigger level. Got to see it on a deeper level. Because I believe in separation. I believe in segregation. I don't want to be around no dumb nigga that want to go around acting stupid all goddamn day. Get the fuck away from me. I believe in that. So Big U represents an archetype, you know, and when it comes to that, like going back to, I'm finishing this part of the story off, but I know people who were just filming sketches. Matter of fact, some of you, I'm not even gonna mention no names because I don't mention people's name without them giving me consent, because it might be embarrassing to them. But it's certain people, it's certain sketch comics that y'all know out there that I heard about getting hemmed up over there off Degnan, and then right where that gang sweep happened, right by the Regency West. I'm not gonna mention them, but I got a call yesterday. It was like, yeah, man, we got about 10 years ago, man. We was filming over here, blah, 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 blah. And some dude came out and they had to pack their shit up and leave. Why should I have to deal with that around black people? We're under enough shit. We got to deal with the LAPD. We got too much to be dealing with. Because every gang member ain't on that time. But you got certain ones who are dusty that are. Every gang member is not on that same time. A lot of these dudes are highly intelligent. A lot of these niggas in gangs, man, some people I know, they're the smartest niggas I know, smarter than me. But those are the ones that's usually in it because of they're in the situation. And the life situation dictated that's the route that they take. I'm talking about them. I've been very clear. Being very clear on who I'm talking about. Being very clear. But it's some dusty ones out there who get their money by harassing other black people, shaking other black people down. I ain't with it. Especially in the days there are white folks going through them same neighborhoods now and you ain't doing nothing to them. Not that I'm advocating that you do. I want them to. I don't want them to be harmed either. I'm not advocating for harm towards anybody. But like I said before, nigga, we got Etsy. Nigga, take your ass down to the arts and crafts store and sell some shit. You ain't gotta shake nobody down. Go get a skill. Get good at that skill and sell that skill you got. Cause I know a lot of people, former gang. Matter of fact, a fair amount of good businesses I know down here in LA were established by former hustlers, former gang members, former pimps. But they were people who flipped what they flipped, and they got that and bought a plumbing van, bought their tools, bought their snake, went to school. Now these niggas is plumbing. If they take off if they roll their sleeves up, you'll see their tattoos. But these is honest dudes now. Some of these bars that I know, these are street dudes that create that open up some of these bars. Some of the best promoters. Some of these street niggas was popular, so they knew how to get the parties cracking. They flipped it into a promotion business. It's a lot of dudes that's former gang that flipped it into some real respectable stuff. I got respect for those people, a lot of respect. But you got niggas that's in their 50s and their 60s and in their 40s still trying to shake down other black people. That's so goddamn corny. I can see a 14-year-old. That little nigga don't know better. But nigga, you is 46? Nah, you gotta go. You gotta go. There was a show I did that I was on a couple years ago. And it was some emotional ass. It was some hood chick brought some OG nigga down to the club with her, and then some little emotional other hood nigga that she was fucking on was there, and these niggas almost had a shootout at a peaceful event. Probably the only two gang members in the whole goddamn event. And these niggas is about to have a shootout over a hood rat. And I'm like, damn. Because then they start throwing, you from such and such. Oh, no, you from such and such. And we almost had a fucking shootout at a neutral space. That was a beautiful event with beautiful people. I'm not with that. I ain't with that. I ain't with that. I ain't with that. So, no, this whole thing, celebrating degeneracy, it's over with. Now, going back to the archetype, look at what's happening to the hustler gangster archetype. On one end, you got Big Meech. Big Meech, that's right, TR, Arrested Development. And look, I don't even say, when it comes to the gang stuff, I don't group them in with me. I don't say, well, we, don't know. That's them niggas. It's a divine line. That's not we. We wouldn't rob me, because I ain't did nothing to you. We wouldn't rob an innocent person. We ain't we. That's those thugs. But go ahead and talk about it, say, for the archetype. Look what happened with Big Meech. Big Meech gets out of jail. Let's just pay attention and watch what nature is showing us. Nature tells you everything you need to know. Don't watch the news to see what happened, but don't listen to people's opinions. Draw your own. But just pay attention to nature. Big Meech gets out of jail, right? They're having a free Big Meech concert. Big Meech has a TV show, and he gets out of jail. He meets up with 50 Cent, take a picture, everything looked good, right? A couple weeks later, Rick Ross, the fake Rick Ross, the one that got beat up by some fucking Nazis last year in Canada. Remember, let's forget, Mr. Bossman got his ass whooped by some fucking Nazis last year, or Hell's Angels, I should say. He does a free Big Meech concert. For whatever reason, that concert was canceled. For whatever reason, that didn't happen. Big Meech has a falling out with 50 Cent. Now it looks like that bum ass TV show might be on the rocks. Operation Blue Laces, February 28th, hits Dallas, where they're sweeping up Crip gangs in Dallas, which ultimately, yesterday, March 20th, right as we get to the equinox, we're right here at the spring equinox. The spring equinox is today. Equinox, equilibrium. Where the day and the night is equally split in half. On the equinox, or at the equinox, right after the blood moon, Big U, aka Big Draws, appreciate that, AO. Not for the 1999, appreciate that. Operation Drawdown takes down Big Draws, Big U, along with other internet personalities and other suspected gang members, and some people who are not suspected to be gang members caught up in the trap. And then a rapper goes down for killing, or at least arrested for killing another rapper. All while you have what's going on in music, in hip hop in general. It took a beef to revive hip hop because hip hop has been dead. They're writing it off. The record companies are investing less into it. What did I say about this Nine of Hearts? A breaking up of long-standing bonds. Now you have these sweeps of these gangs going on. Big Meech not being as celebrated as he thought he was, or maybe he's not as loved as we've been told to believe he's loved. Because if that was the case, why didn't his concert go through? I don't know the answer. And now Big U being taken down, a rapper being taken down. It's a lot of cleaning house going on. And from what I see, my perspective is I'm seeing this as a clearing of an archetype. The black male thug has been the archetype, has been the face of black men for about 30 years now. Since 93, the face of blackness has been a thug. East Coast, West Coast, and down south, and the Midwest. Biggest rapper out of every region, some of the biggest music out of every region, is representing gang life, thug life. Right? Let's pay attention. The Chronic, when the Chronic dropped, the Chronic made the face of blackness the gangster. Doggy Style. And then when it went back east, Biggie, gangster. Tupac, gangster. Biggie, gangster. Puffy, smooth dancing gangster. Then you go down south, T.I. gangster. Everybody's a gangster. And they all replaced the people in those same regions who had more of a positive message to their music. That's where I blame the music industry. That shows you the music industry's hands at work. Ice Cube was LA's chosen one. Ice Cube didn't have any conflict. He wasn't the conflicted thug like Tupac. Ice Cube talked about gang banging and the ills of gang banging and where gang banging is going to lead you. Ice Cube always told you the pimp, the hustler, the gang member, you're going to end up dead or in jail. It always, anytime Ice Cube rapped about gang stuff, it always ended up with the gangster going back to jail or getting killed or being the one that's messing over. Even when we listen to the song Dope Man, that's an Ice Cube song written. It's talking about the dope man fucking up the neighborhood. People just hear dope man, and think that's a song celebrating the dope man. No. At the end of the song, he said, nigga, if this shit fuck up my mom, I'ma kill you, dope man. Like, fuck you. The song Dope Man was a fuck you to the dope man. Same thing with West Coast Cam. Yep, same thing with Ice-T. That's what the streets chose. The greatest run in hip-hop history, in my opinion, on any coast was Ice Cube 4-album run from America's Most Wanted, Death Certificate, The Predator, and Lethal Injection. That 4-album run was Cube's biggest song. What's his biggest song? Today Was a Good Day. Listen to any interview Ice Cube has about that song. He said, man, every day in the hood ain't fucked up. Most days are good days. That's a Cube, that's what we chose. And then the industry co-opted that with Ice Cube's bandmate, Dr. Dre and The Chronic. And it went from knowledge music to studio gangster music. Not casting any aspersions on Snoop Dogg or Dr. Dre, but from what I hear, they know these guys weren't real gangsters. That's just what the common word is out there. I wasn't there. I wasn't around them. I was too young in '89. I wasn't there. I was in South Central, not Long Beach or Compton. Well, my cousin Stanley lived in Compton. I'd be around them, but I didn't know them niggas back then. Long story short, but and even Snoop has been very open about. I still, no matter what people say about Snoop and Snoop and Dre, I love Snoop and Dre. I love them motherfuckers because musically, but I can speak honest about people that I got love for. I got love for both of them niggas. I would love to meet and chop it up and talk music with both of them. You know what I mean? We all read what we read about them, but I still like them. But I'm still going to tell the truth about what that music did, and that music really ushered in studio gangsterism. That's what it did. That's what Death Row did. Death Row ushered in studio gangsterism, and it really hit an all-time high when Pac got there. And Snoop and Dre, them niggas is artists, man. Them niggas is geniuses, bruh. I look at them as geniuses, but Snoop has been very candid about how when he wrote the song, when he did Murder Was a Case, he ended up on trial for murder. And he talked about how he changed his rap up after that. And he did. That's why I give Snoop credit. I love Snoop's evolution. I'm always going to love Snoop's evolution. Because after that, he came out with Doggyland. And Doggyland was his version of Today Was a Good Day. I love that song, Doggyland. Shouts out to Val Young singing that hook. And then he went into the pimp phase, and then he went into the rhythm and gangster phase. My favorite phase of Snoop, my favorite Snoop album is actually The Last Meal. That shit he did with what's his name? When he went down south. That's my favorite Snoop album, was The Last Meal. Rhythm and gangster, blue carpet treatment, then Doggy Style. then Ego Tripping. Then after that, Bush. That's my list of Snoop albums. And I like 7 Days of Funk, the one he did with Dame Funk. Yeah, that's why I don't get it. America, nigga. The best of Black America is when the South and the West hook up. When the Midwest and the East Coast hook up. When we hook up with each other, that's the best of Black music. I want you niggas to get that through your thick ass skulls. The best of Black music is when there's a cross-pollination of Black Americans from different regions coming together to make a sound. That's the best music. But anyway, yeah, the last meal, it had cocaine on there. Yeah, cocaine is West Coast, even though he did that down south. But cocaine, man, cocaine's a funky motherfucker. We stay on point like Stacey Adams. Oh yeah, Losing Control is the only song that I don't mind somebody whistling. I hate whistling. But when you get to that part at the end, see, I can't whistle that good because I'm not a lonely ass nigga. Whistling is a lonely nigga activity. But nigga, that's the only song I don't mind whistling to, is Losing Control. Feels like I'm losing control. Nigga was rapping about love. That's some music right there, nigga. Snoop is a musician. You say what you want. Snoop is a bona fide musician. That nigga does all kinds of different emotions in his music. But so back to what I'm saying. That's when the gangster archetype got put on Black people. And then it went east. And when it went east, that's when the fuckboy came in. The fuckboy gangster. Puffy. It's all about hoes and clothes. It's all about how I look. Jay-Z. That I call it the fuckboy attitude because it's all about looking good, not being good. It's all about looking the part, not being the part. That music is all about flashing and flossing and showing and not being from within. And not that I'm against, there's a time for flashing, there's a time for it all. But when that's all you talk about and you don't have nothing of substance, that's when it's a problem, you know? It's okay to have a song where you swing your dick here and there. That's fine. You know, music involves all. But when it got to that Bad Boy Rockefeller era, and then from there it went down south to the Cash Money Bling Bling era, or I should say Air Wars. Now it's all that flash and cash, don't be a man of substance. Basically be a fuckboy and look good. Just look good. You know, try to screw other men's women. That's cool. Hey, I fucked your girl. And, okay, that tells me a lot more about you than you think. I will never want that stigma attacked to me as an adult. Now, you 19, you your 20s in. I'm talking about niggas in their 40s, nigga, in their 30s, 40s, 50s. Your early 20s, you don't know better. But by your late 20s, you should know, man, that ain't cool. You know, and then you're right about that. Fila Speaks. You talk about sleeping with another man's girl. That shit sound gay as fuck. But I'll give a pass to somebody in their early 20, 21. When you 21, 22, nigga, you wild. So whatever. But nigga, you get older, that's not cool. Yeah, it started really making so. But like I said on my last live, the fuckboy generation didn't kick the gangster to the side. They kept the gangster, but incorporated the fuckboy antics on top. Nas was the real deal. Nas cut through all them niggas with Illmatic in 93. But Nas, being a genuine artist, took space between his albums and in that space, you get Biggie, who comes in with the fuckboy antics on top of being a gangster. See, you see where the real ones were in every region. The real ones were established already. Cube in the West, Nas in the established. Black Thought. But they say, yeah, nah, this too musical. Where's state property at to talk about all this bullshit? And then later on, the Rough Riders. But you see, everywhere had an established. You go to Atlanta. You had Outkast, you had the Dungeon Family, established with good fucking music. All right, now let's bring in trap to trap these dumb niggas into doing some dumb shit with a good beat. You see how it works? New Orleans, No Limit. No Limit had actually a little bit of it all. They for the most part made party music. They made a lot of party music. You know what I mean? No Limit just put out a whole bunch of stupid looking ass album covers and music that wasn't gonna last past 2 weeks. But it was fun music. And then, but it was making a lot of black people rich. The music may not have been as sophisticated and in depth as Nas and Cube, but the example Master P was laying down, that was just as powerful, if not more powerful, than Cube and Nas's lyrics. You see how that works? Master P's moves, power. Yeah, Silk the Shocker wasn't shit. But yeah, just put out a whole bunch of party music that wasn't gonna be good past 2 weeks. Had a banging beat, ugly ass album covers. But it's the business part that Master P walked it. And then they gave us Cash Money. Every time I go around the city, bling bling. Lil Wayne. Now the drug user, whereas Ice Cube was telling you not to use drugs and making a joke out of the drug dealer. Lil Wayne says, drink up. Chicago, my favorite rapper out of Chicago is Common. Chicago give you Common, Chicago give you Kanye. And then let some time go by, Chicago gives you drill. So you see how the music is turned and flipped. And let me tell you why this is important. And I don't talk to you guys enough about why this is important. Detroit gave us Slum Village, and unfortunately, Dr. Dre in the industry gave us Eminem. Well, that's more Jimmy Iovine. That was Jimmy Iovine's move, because when Jimmy Iovine gives Dr. Dre a tape and say, hey, let's produce this guy, what is Dr. Dre gonna do? Say no? And why would he say no? Every producer's dream is to get a talented white person. That's gonna be the most money you've ever fucking made in your life. They're hard to come by. Hella talented white boys, they're very hard to come by, especially in hip hop. So if you get one, That's gonna be the most fucking money you ever made in your goddamn life. Yeah, Detroit gave us Dilla. And the industry gave us Eminem. See how that works? The people, when we go back to the early 90s and stuff like that, all throughout the 90s, just pay attention. When black society, and I want y'all to think about this, when black society chooses, we generally choose right. We generally choose the positive. You can go one by one down the line of these people that brought these negative aspects in. This is who the industry threw on us. LA chose Kendrick and Nip. We pushed Kendrick out there through TDE. TDE didn't go through the traditional channels. They went on, TDE walked in through the side door and got Dre's blessing through the side door. And we chose Kendrick. The streets chose Kendrick. Appreciate that, Felix Speaks. The industry forced Drake on us. Drake got on everybody. Drake went from TV to being a feature on everybody who's hot. His old boring ass style got a feature on. So you got force-fed Drake whether you wanted to or not. I'm talking about before his first album. I'm talking about before they started playing him 5 times an hour on the radio. We got force-fed Drake. We didn't. Name the region that chose. Name the streets that chose Drake. I mean, my point. You're right. And when it's Toronto, it puts somebody up to the top. See, some people say Atlanta, some people say Houston, some people say Memphis. See, Drake kind of jumped around. You see what I mean? I'm getting different. Exactly. That shows you he got put in places. Let's put him in Houston to get him with Jazz Prince, get him with Jay Prince and that whole crew, give him that credibility, get him around there. You got the gangster that approves him. Now let's put some more seasoning over here in New Orleans with the hottest rapper in America at the time, Lil Wayne, and get that Cash Money seasoning. You get that validation, while at the same time you're being put on every pop artist. That's a plant. That's what a plant looks. If you cannot identify where somebody came from and who put them there, they're a plant. Plain and simple. You could identify TDE and the progression of how Kendrick went up. That didn't just come out of nowhere. It's like, oh yeah, okay. How did Drake go from acting to even being around somebody like a Jay Prince and then into a Cash Money situation? He wasn't a rapper. How did he get put in that environment? Like being from LA, I never met Kendrick, but I know people. My man Hassan, the one that directs my documentary, he was telling me stories about Kendrick 10 years, like before Good Kid, Mad City. Like he would film the TDE guys when they was young. We talking like 07, 08, Section 80 era, before then. We know where he came from. There's we know where, even when you go back to like Cam and Mace, you know where Mace comes from, even though I don't like his music. You know where Biggie comes from. You know where Cube, you know where Scarface comes from, and Willie D. You know where they all have an origin story that starts in music. They didn't get plucked out of acting and then put around the coldest niggas on earth. Okay? But let's go back to the why. Why is this important? Appreciate that, R Block. Let's talk about why this is important. Black people, understand this. We take our information in through music. Music informs us. See, what they do is they tell you a half truth when they tell you that, oh, they stole the drums and we communicate through the drums. That's very true, but it's not the whole truth. The whole truth is, yes, we do communicate through drums, but overall we communicate through music. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to take me home, to carry me home. We pass along information through music. Our Black American relationship with music is different than other groups. You know, Europeans, or Anglos, like white Europeans, they enjoy music. I'm not saying they don't music, and they have a lot of dope white musician artists. I'm not here to downgrade them in any way, shape, or form. But they hear music. It's a song. They like it. We feel and breathe and interpret music. Now, that's why the world is always going to love Drake. They're never going to see the difference between Drake and Kendrick, the masses, because their relationship with music is a lot like Drake's relationship with music. Somebody that just comes in, enjoys it, likes it, can do it, and it sounds good. You got these dope producers behind it, giving you a vibe. So that's their relationship with music is just different. I'm not saying better or worse. I'm not here to judge nobody. But we breathe music. And music informs our body, our mind, and our spirit. Yeah, that's right, Black Bean Bang. They have a transactional relationship with music. We have a personal relationship with music. That's why it's called soul music. And hold on, I got somebody. Can y'all hear me? Car, I'm getting the car. That's why we have soul music. Our music speaks to your soul, and it comes from our soul. It's communication. We communicate our culture to ourselves. Other groups are secondary. You communicate to other groups to sell records. Our music is deeper than that. Our music is deeper than that. Our music is from the soul. And our soul listens and picks up on it. And it's not just the lyrics. Let me tell you something. Lyrics oftentimes are the least important part of a song. Do you know that? Or they matter the least. Maurice White used to say that. It was an interview I saw with Barbara Streisand where she said that when she recorded with Maurice White, she couldn't fit the words into the song. Hold on one second, y'all. Couldn't fit the words into the phrasing. And Maurice White told Barbara Streisand, the words don't matter. Sing it like this. It's about the feeling. And Barbara Streisand couldn't understand it, but she did it anyway. It ended up becoming one of her bigger hits. Like Maurice White would say that all the time. If the song is if the song is phrased a certain way for the groove, then just mumble the word. You don't have to phrase it right. And then you get the other like Diana Ross. one of the greatness of Diana was her phrasing. She got her enunciation. Uh, Diana Ross was an English professor with her enunciation, and Diana Ross enunciated every lyric. But the words oftentimes are the least important part. The most important part of a song is the melody. And the rhythm. The melody dictates your mood. Major chords, aggressive. See how I did that? It makes you do this. That's why I can do with music when I go dun 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 dun. That's what's gonna happen to you. They don't need to say that, my niggas. All they gotta do is play that war chant. Or is the melody gonna be something like doom dun 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 doom, make me say it again, girl? Is it gonna be that? That melody is gonna make you relax your shoulders. Okay. And then you get into, girl, you're all I need. Girl, you're all I need. And you vamp that. Nigga, you go listen to Make Me Say It Again, Girl, and just breathe to that song. And it just, when you get to the vamp at the end, I want to say it. You just gonna feel good. You see how that works? The melody, the beat. If I'm at 116 beats a minute, 116 is a song like Think Shalimar at 116 beats a minute. Get ready tonight, or I'm gonna make this. That that's about 116 BPMs. One Nation Under a Groove by Funkadelic, that's about 116, 115 beats a minute. One Nation Under, you just gonna, that tempo's gonna make you wanna dance. Music is powerful. The lyrics are a part of it, but they got y'all overhyped on the lyrics and not on the harmonies and the melodies. Because it's those violins and those cellos that are going to calm your heart. It's those horns that are going to put some fire inside of you. It's the natural human voice that's going to lift your spirit. No matter how you feel, and make you feel a little bit better about what's going on in life. That comes from a natural human voice. Not an auto-tune can't do that for you. But a human voice that knows how to tune itself can. Them keyboards gonna water your emotions. Piano's the water of the music. The organ's gonna, see, the piano's also percussion. It plucks strings. That's why the piano can pluck your heartstrings, because it's a mallet plucking those strings. Doom, doom, doom. It's a little mallet in there. So it's a drum. Piano's a drum too. So drums hitting that, plucking those strings. When those strings get plucked by a piano, your heartstrings get plucked. What's up, Nandy? Oh yeah, Rhyme or Reason by George Duke. The strangest love has no rhyme or no reason if you trust your heart to choose, even when you try. Excuse my singing. Excuse my singing. But somebody in the chat reminded me of a great fucking song. Sorry about that. Even when you try, the strangest time. I can't sing for shit. I can't sing for shit. But you got these people, and a lot of black people help participate in the destruction of our music, using our sacred sound to spread these degenerate messages. You know what I mean? And you see somewhat of a reckoning going on right now, you know? That young rapper that got killed, I don't know if Big U did it or not. It's alleged that he did. I wasn't there. I don't know. But they've taken our music and they bastardized it. 50 Cent gave us bastard music. And how does he pay us back? He pays us back by giving us bastard degenerate TV shows. You know? And music for the last 30 years has just been completely corrupted. And you can't keep playing with God's creation like that, you know? And so with our music being so corrupted, it's important that we identify this. I want people to understand when I say what I say about Jay-Z and his music, when I say what I say about the fuckboy era of hip hop, when I say what I say about, when I talk about, people got mad at me talking about Atlanta, but that's facts of the matter. When R&B got focused and centered in Atlanta, they took all the musicality out. Atlanta's responsible for putting trap on top of R&B with that song Yeah with Usher, and taking all the musicality out of the music. No horns. Well, I blame Prince is the one that prided himself on not using horns. The Minneapolis sound was a sound that basically cleaned out horns. They started using the keys for horn parts. Like even my favorite artists I have a certain gripe with. That's my only gripe with Prince. He bragged about taking horns out. Stevie Wonder, one of my top 3 favorite artists of all time, he introduced the first live recorded string section on a song with Village Ghetto Land. So Stevie Wonder went a long way in bringing a lot of the synthetic sound into music. But who knew? They didn't know where that was going. That just was their thing. So I don't hold it against them. But it's just that you have, everybody's human. Players fuck up. But Atlanta really brought in Plastic and B. New York, kinda, because New York, it started with D-Train, and I love D-Train, but he really helped her usher in that sound. Then New York, New Jack Swing. New Jack Swing kept musicality with it, but it was always synthetic instrumentation for the most part. And then from New Jack Swing, Uptown Records, What's the 411? That's the first time you really get successfully that 2-bar loop, Real Love. That was like that brought in sort of bad singing and bad music. When I say bad music, as far as arrangements go, the arrangement's been very minimal. 2-bar loop. But by the time you get to Atlanta, it's completely dead. Atlanta took out all the live instruments, no background singing, no vamps, no intros. Atlanta took out bridges. Uh, Like, when last time you heard a bridge in an R&B song, a pop R&B song? Atlanta just wiped all that shit out. And like we can we can point to Atlanta because Neo's, but also I get like New York gets some credit because Electric Lady Studios was in New York, but that's the Philadelphia, Virginia, LA sound. Neo Soul, that music kept open the live instrumentation. When Philly had it, D'Angelo's out of Virginia, live instrumentation, you know. So when Detroit had it, when Chicago had it, live instrumentation. When LA had it, live instrumentation. Hell, even Death Row Records was live instrumentation for on the hip hop side. But on the R&B side, Solar Records and the live instrumentation was still very much abundant. And those are very, 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 very key ingredients. So I talk about this not to criticize, overly criticize, but to say, okay, this is where we went wrong, and now we got to fix it. Spud McKenzie, you must not have been here earlier. I already talked about um, early Atlanta being a good thing. I'm talking about organized noise. You talk about 1993. When I'm talking about Usher, I'm talking about 2002. That's a whole decade apart, brother. We got to understand time. It's a it's a it's a time. It's a continuum. Things don't just break down in one swoop. They devolve over time, and I'm giving you guys a timeline on how things devolved. Okay, go to intellectualpower.net and type in the product code D Brown for 10% off. Intellectualpower.net. Peace pads. All of those links are in my description right now. But instrumentation never all the way left. It's just left popular music. Instrumentation's here, like in LA. You go look up J Mo and the Greats. Man, he got it, man. Nigga just released a new song yesterday. That shit's dope as fuck. Charlie Burrell just released a song through Death Row Records with all live instrumentation, produced by Joseph Leonberg. It was a Death Row Records release a couple months ago by Charlie Burrell. Strings, horns, all that stuff. Jill Scott kept live instrumentation. Anderson .Paak is the drummer. So you just got to watch who you listen to. That's all. No, don't free let Yella Beezy. Keep that nigga locked up. If he shot somebody or was responsible or hired somebody, a hitman to shoot somebody, keep that nigga locked up. Don't free none of these niggas. Keep all these niggas in jail till we get it sorted out. And if they didn't do nothing, then let them go. I'm tired of these people running around the hood, turning their nose up like they running shit just for white folks to gentrify this shit, man. I'm tired because I get mad every time I see somebody in one of these gentrifying one of these houses in my neighborhood. And I get even madder when I see some nigga with tattoos looking me up and down. Like, nigga, look at them like that. Nigga, not me. I ain't the invader. This that nigga pricing you out, not me. Josh over there is the reason your black ass won't be able to afford to live over here in 5 years. Dumb nigga. But yeah, no, I love black people, but I like black people that obey the law. Shit. Fuck out of here. I like black people that abides by the law. Yeah, the Internet, Black McBain. Yeah, the Internet's a dope ass band. Steve Lacy. Steve Lacy learned how to play guitar at one of the churches in my organization when I used to go to church. A church I used to play at like 3 or 4 times a year. Steve Lacy learned how to play the guitar at that church, being trained by J-Mo. I got that story in my documentary. Yeah, Steve Lacy. I went to Zoe LA. Steve Lacy went to Zoe Whittier. And I used to play the drums at his church about 3 or 4 times a year. I didn't even know that was him. I remember this little kid that played the guitar. But when J-Mo said that he was playing there, I was like, J-Mo, you played there? I didn't know that. And I was like, that's where you learned? That's where Steve Lacy learned? Because J-Mo was Steve Lacy's guitar teacher. Yeah, you got Kamasi Washington, Terrace Martin. There's a lot of live music out there. A lot of good live music. You see what I'm saying? That nigga laughing at his own jokes. First off, your name is Torian. Why do you got a woman's name, nigga? That's my problem with that. I got an unfunny nigga with a woman's name talking shit. My lord. But yeah, Wally Gibson, Brandy Younger plays the harp. I love Brandy Younger on harp. Man. She's this generation's Alice Coltrane. Yeah, she's amazing. Nah, Tori, I know you didn't mean anything by it. I just wanted something funny. If you gonna come for me, make it funny. That's all. I get offended at bad jokes. That shit bothers me. Eddie Kane, yeah. Because he noticed nobody laughed. That nigga came in and laughing at himself like, everybody was like, okay. But who the fuck is Andre Nick Tana? Sounds like somebody that sucks. Just that name tells me the name tells me that they bad at what they do, whoever that is. I don't see anybody being good last name Nick Tana. But anyway, it's one of those things where it's one of those situations where it's like going back to the whole Big U situation in music. Let me finish on the music point, then I'm gonna go back to the Big U. The music has been totally corrupted. And a lot of people who played a role in that ain't gonna get out of here unscathed. The people who sang prayers of poison to us, they're gonna have to reap whatever karmic benefits there is out there for them. And a lot of people over the last 30 years produced, sang, and rapped poison. And we as black people got to be aware that music really is our healing. Music is our primary means of communication. And when people when people put out music with corrupt values, corrupt and with nerve-wracking chords, literally, to stir negative energy within you, that has a major effect on your black ass. It doesn't affect others the same way. Every culture got their own music. The music of America is black culture, period. There's no argument. Every genre, from rock to hip hop, all of it is black expression in different keys. See what I'm saying? So we gotta honor that and have respect for that. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, people still gotta pay universal debt, and especially those who knew intentionally, especially those who did it intentionally, especially them. After a while, when you get to this generation, it's just a bunch of ignorant motherfuckers raised on ignorance. If you think about it, you're an artist right now. If you was born in 2000 and your parents and your environment only pop music was played, if you're born in 95, 2000, and the only music people played in your house was pop music, they didn't have anything outside of what was pop, your whole file is corrupted up here. I'm not talking about the houses that had a balance where your parents turned you on to other shit. But I'm talking about like it's a lot of people who was raised and they just only gonna listen to what's popular. Your file is corrupted. That's a corrupted file. Now you just doing what's in your environment at that point. I don't know, that's you still gonna be responsible, but there are a lot of people, especially the '90s. People who come out the '80s and the '90s. You niggas knew better. You knew better, and you did it anyway, and that's fine. And that's fine. And I'm not here to judge, but I'm just putting it out there. I don't know what's gonna happen to him. Music is being weaponized, and we have to be aware that when you're listening to Drake, when you're listening to Jay-Z, you're listening to weaponized music. When you listen to most things that was popular on the radio since the year 98, 2000, we listen to most radio. I will go back far as 96, but it's still some authentic stuff going on at that time. 98, 99, 2000, most stuff. And every now you had exceptions. You had Lauryn Hill was an exception. Erykah Badu, Common was an exception, but Common wasn't really pushed to the front. Erykah Badu, they played her to the side and tried to other her as Neil. So they told us Lauryn Hill's crazy. So when it comes to the music that they've been pushing on the radio since the turn of the century, it's all most of it's trash. 80% of it. 80% of it has no nutritional value musically. And here, you're right, DJ Mega, especially after 98. Think about this. And I heard somebody say this on, I think it was like a clip. I saw like an Art of Dialogue's Twitter. It was like a clip. And people saying that they can't play the music that they grew up on around their kids. Why not? My dad could play the music he grew up on around me. Matter of fact, the music my dad grew up on is the music I like the most. My grandfather could play the music he grew up on around me. Why is it when you get to the 90s, people whose favorite music comes out of the 90s and past that, we're the first generation saying that I can't play that around my kids. Think about that. I forgot who I saw this question being raised on. I think I don't know if it was Art Dialogue's interview, but I think or he could have retweeted somebody else's interview. But why is it you can't play the music you grew up on around your kids? Why not? Because it's bullshit. And not all of it. But I've had a lot of parents tell me that. And I've been like working with kids, as long as I've been working with kids, I've been working with kids forever. So I remember 15 years ago, parents telling me that they can't play the music that they like around their kids. I'm looking at them like, or like when they, or what I'll see is when they have a kid, they'll be like, "Oh, I can't listen to this version no more. I gotta find something else to listen to." Press number one, if either you or somebody you know, either you said that yourself, and there's no judgment. There's no, I'm making a case for the music. I'm not judging you. I'm making a case for the music. I'm not talking about, I'm not judging you for listening to it. I'm talking about the music. You know, either you or somebody you know say, I can't listen to that around my kids. Why? Oh man, it's not a thing my mom and dad didn't listen to that they couldn't listen to around me. Yeah, if you have to buy the Children Clean version, that tells you it's like liquor. You know what I mean? And I'm not judging it. It's like I still look Cocktails is still one of my favorite albums of all time. I love Cocktails by Too Short. That first album he did down in Atlanta. Nigga, I love that shit. So I'm not here to judge it. But what I am here to say is know what you listen to. It's like what happens when you have kids? You know, you can drink water. Your kids can drink what you drink when you're drinking water, right? But can your kids drink what you drink when you're drinking liquor? Ain't nothing wrong with drinking liquor. But any wise man or woman knows there's a limit to how much liquor you should consume any time period, right? I'm not talking about drunks. People who are non-alcoholics, even alcoholics, man. But people who are non-alcoholics know, okay, yeah, I can't be drinking at this time, or man, I just had 4 drinks yesterday. I'm not about to drink today. You know, I'm just gonna drink water today. Am I lying? So think about it like that. It's the same when it comes to the music. It's okay to consume it, but if you constantly consuming it, okay, you jump from 50 Cent. You go from 50 Cent, uh, fake gangster rap, to Jay-Z, fun boy rap. Then you go to Drake whining like a little bitch. And then you jump to Lil Wayne. Yeah, yeah. And then you do some Nicki Minaj. Where's your psyche? Where is your energy? You know not to jump from a bottle of whiskey to a bottle of hen, and now it's only 2 p.m. and then at 4 p.m. drink some champagne. You're not going to do that to yourself. So if the music isn't good to be consumed around children, how often should you consume it? That's just a question. If you can't listen to it around kids, how often should you listen to it? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can play De La Soul. You can play Tribe Called Quest around kids all day. You can play Latifah. Again, going back to when we chose the music. The industry gave us all this bullshit, y'all. We chose Latifah. They gave us Foxy. We chose Yo Yo. We chose Rage. They gave us Nicki. You can listen to Arrested Development around kids. Yeah, Diggable Planets, The Roots. That's not saying all hip hop is bad. You can listen to a lot of hell. You can listen to a lot of, well, some Scarface. You can listen to some Too Short around kids. You can listen to some Too Short around kids. Not when they were still allowing Too Short to put out message music. Some Pac, you could definitely listen to Digital Underground around kids. You listen to Outkast, Cool Mo D, yep. Big Daddy Kane, LL. I remember I Need Love was playing all the time when I was a kid. What's up, Rocky? What's up, man? And again, you can listen to something quick. I love DJ Quick, but you can listen to you could definitely listen to Kendrick to Pimp a Butterfly. You can listen to Pimp a Butterfly all day around kids. You're getting it by short. Yep. Yeah, you can't really listen to Biggie around kids. So, and again, I'm not making it a whole indictment. I'm really pointing out that most of the artists y'all saying you listen to around kids, those are artists that the culture pushed, that we pushed. No, most kids don't listen to Sexy Red. They're trying to make us believe that. Don't and I see where you say that, but no, they don't. Most kids don't listen to them because Sexy Red still hasn't had a major tour. Kids are listening to fucking BTS. Most kids ain't even listening to hip hop. They listening to goddamn K-pop, unfortunately, and other stuff. You just look at the concerts. If they ain't selling out no tours, Sexy Red released a song with Drake last year. That shit went boo boo. She's somebody that trying to push on us that we're rejecting. But music is very important. Very important. Damn, all these games being blowouts. Shit. I want to see some last second hoorahs. Everybody getting their ass beat. Who's this nigga? All right, here we go. Yeah. Cardi B. Like, who's really listening to her? What's up, Rocky? What's up, baby boy? It's my little nigga right here. Everybody. Hey, Rocky, say hi to everybody. He's been drinking your water? You good? Okay. All right. He been kicking with my wife all day, nigga. But he about to get his light. Oh, the sun is set coming down, so he about to sunbathe. Jay, I appreciate the chase. Said no, hip hop's part of the Jewish mafia. Everything has its good and its bad. Yeah, do they? That's what we're talking about. Pop. When I say they, those are the people who choose the pop artists of today. When we chose the artists, we generally chose people talking about some real shit. The culture chose Kendrick. Look at this. The culture chose right again. The culture chose Kendrick. Look at the people back in Drake's. Look Drake, academics, fucking weirdo. Kanye. Well, he ain't backing either one. But he's a fucking weirdo. But like you look at like the dude Rory Mal show, I'll get them two mixed up. But that dude, some tweets got exposed to him talking about from like 10 years ago. That was real weird when it comes to like touching women and sex and These niggas is weird. Most of these dudes that are setting for Drake are fucking weirdos. You know? It ain't been anybody. I haven't seen anybody. I've seen people who still listen to Drake and they still on and they ain't really tripping. But the people that you see publicly just like down for Drake, pay attention. Most of them cats is weirdos. Just watch. You know? The Drake people that are like the OVO, just, and you ain't even got to look deep. These motherfuckers got to be having charges like yesterday. The FBI needs to investigate Larry bin Laden and the Satin Mafia. Fuck Larry. So, like, look who's, like, the people, just go down and listen to people you see online that's going for the Drake side. But going back to this whole gangster thing that we talking about, I really see that right now. We're seeing the ending of a particular archetype. The fuckboy represented through Drake, the gangster represented through Big Meech's failed concert, Big U going down. That archetype, and like a lot of these street internet rebels, it's a Puffy, the fuckboy gangster Puffy. We're seeing that archetype get taken down in real live time. What archetype replaces it? I think that it's up to us to decide, really. And I really feel that there's no one archetype. Like, we're about to start seeing a diversification and people choosing which tribes to belong to. But this whole gangster fuckboy archetype, that shit is being torn down by the powers that be right in front of us. They're telling you something. They got to show you. Look, when it comes to the powers that have been, when it comes to power has to show you what it's doing right in front of your face. It's on you to decide and decipher what it is. Ooh. You got to decide. You got to see what's going on. It's not going to sit here and be like, hey, look what I'm doing. No. It ain't going to be that easy, nigga. No, not going to be that easy. Watch. You got to watch. The shift is happening. It is happening in government. The big showdown is going to be between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. They still buddies for now. But this time the hearts is some real shit. Busting up old paradigms, old systems, is making things come to a head. The big showdown is going to be between Musk and Trump. Just you wait. And black folks, if you watching, there's major fights going on between them white folks. You got to pay attention. But I think the big showdown is in between Elon Musk and Trump. That's the final showdown. Not the final, but that's going to be the big one. That's going to be the big showdown. And I'm here for it. I'm about to get up out of here. There's a whole lot of infighting going on, DJ, Mega. And I'm here for the bullshit. I'm here to watch and have a good time, to tell you the truth. I'm here to sit back, watch, Have a good time. Have a good time. You dig? So just pay attention to what's going on. We're seeing these archetypes get taken down right in front of us. And it's not about Big U, it's not about Big Meech, it's not about this rapper dude, Yella Beezy, whatever the fuck his name is. It's about the style black man that they represent. Oh, one last thing. That shit Big U was saying about they trying to take down a black man. Stop it. Tired of people who act up and they want to hide behind blackness, nigga. Stop it. They ain't taking down a black man. If it's truly you did these things, they're taking it down a man that's not right. A man that hurt his own people, that happens to be black. And we ain't about to sit around and hide behind 2 good deeds so you can cover up 100 bad ones. So Big Pontiac, you came right at the end. All right? But thank y'all again for listening. I might do another late tonight, depending on how I feel. I'm a drinking. If I might do it. I might do a late one tonight. I don't know, or I might just come back to y'all tomorrow. We'll see. But holla.